She looked at me with tears in her eyes and said, "You chose death over life." But what was I supposed to do? Miss my grandfather's funeral, the man who raised me, just so I could be in a room for a 20-minute scan? Now I'm questioning everything. Did I make the wrong choice? Before you cast your judgment, hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It helps the channel. And don't forget to give your verdict at the end. You're the jury here. This one's about grief, love, legacy, and choices we can't undo. So what would you have done? I'm 26 years old. My wife is 25. We're expecting our first child, a baby girl, due this November. And up until recently, I thought this was going to be the happiest, most exciting year of my life. My wife and I had done all the sweet, expectant parent things. I talk to our baby through her belly. I feel the kicks. I daydream about holding her, reading to her, teaching her how to ride a bike. All of it. I'm so ready to be a dad. 3 weeks ago, we scheduled her 20-week ultrasound, even though it'd land closer to 22 weeks. You know, the ultrasound. The one where you can see her hands, her feet, her little nose, and her heartbeat flickering on the screen. Felt like a huge milestone. We were both looking forward to it. But life doesn't care about timing. About a week and a half before the ultrasound, my grandfather's health started to decline. Rapidly. Now, this wasn't just any old relative to me. My grandfather was more like a second father. He was the rock of our family. Stoic, funny in his dry way, but always present. He taught me how to ride a bike, how to shave. He was the one I called when I didn't know how to change a tire at 19. He helped raise me when my dad was working 2 jobs just to keep us afloat. So when I got the call that it wouldn't be long, my whole chest just caved in. We started making preparations. My family made it clear that the funeral would happen within a week of his passing, and I'd been asked to be a pallbearer. It was going to be in my father's hometown, about 4 to 4.5 hours away by car. My wife and I had a serious talk. She said it made sense for her to stay home with the dogs. We didn't want to board them, and that I should go alone when the time came. I appreciated that. It felt like we were both being understanding and thoughtful. And then it happened. Late one night, early morning really, I got the call. My grandfather had passed. Even though I knew it was coming, it still felt like the ground had been ripped out from under me. I called my dad first thing. He was doing as well as anyone could expect. He told me the funeral would be on Wednesday at 10 a.m. And that's when my heart dropped. Because that's exactly when the ultrasound was scheduled. Now, at first, I figured we could find a workaround. Maybe reschedule the ultrasound? Or maybe we could FaceTime. I said that to her. But when I suggested it, she just looked at me. Her. She said, "Yeah, but this is your daughter." It wasn't said angrily. It wasn't shouted. It was quiet and heavy. That one line hit me like a truck. She was devastated that I wouldn't be there. This wasn't just a regular doctor's appointment to her. This was our daughter's first real moment of visibility. The first glimpse of the tiny life we created. The milestone. And I wasn't going to be there. But at the same time, my grandfather. I couldn't just not go. So I offered to FaceTime. I know it's not the same, but I was trying to be present in some way. I told her, I want to be there, but it's my grandfather. And she said, and this is your daughter. And that was the moment everything fractured. She wasn't yelling or being unreasonable, but she was hurt, deeply. She felt abandoned. And honestly, I felt like I was being torn in half. I mean, am I supposed to miss the funeral of the man who raised me? To see a screen? Yes, it's my child, and yes, it's a huge moment, but he was the man who made me who I am. Who shaped the father I'm trying to be. I tried explaining this to her. That I wasn't choosing one over the other, I was just trying to do right by both. But in doing so, I ended up failing at both. She barely spoke to me the night I confirmed I'd be going to the funeral. She said she'd go to the appointment alone. That she'd send me photos. That she understood. But that word, understood, it sounded more like surrender than support. I could tell she felt abandoned. Not just for herself, but for our daughter too. And now, I don't know what to think. Was I selfish? Was I right? Was there even a right answer here? On one hand, we're talking about death. Finality. A goodbye I'd never get again. My chance to carry the man who carried me through life. To honor him, to grieve, to be with my family. It wasn't just a funeral. It was his. On the other hand, this wasn't just a regular scan either. It was her moment. Our daughter's first moment in the world in a way. The kind of thing people talk about for the rest of their lives. And I missed it, not because I didn't care, but because I cared too much. About everyone. I thought FaceTime was a compromise. But to her it felt like distance. Like detachment. She wanted me there, hand in hand, eyes on the screen together. Feeling that kick, seeing our daughter wiggle for the first time. That sacred little moment before life gets messy and chaotic. And now I'm stuck. Because the funeral was emotional. It gave me closure. But every time I look at the sonogram picture she sent me afterward, I feel like I missed something I can never get back. So here I am, emotionally wrecked. Torn between the grief of a loss and the guilt of missing something joyful. My wife still seems distant. Not angry anymore, but changed. Like a sliver of trust cracked, and I don't know how to glue it back. So tell me, am I the asshole for missing my daughter's ultrasound to attend my grandfather's funeral? I don't think I'll ever forget either of these moments. My grandfather's final goodbye and my daughter's first hello. But I'll always wonder, did I make the right choice? Or did I try to honor the past while failing the future? Now it's your turn to weigh in. Was I the asshole? Was I justified? Or was this just an impossible choice no one wins in? Drop your verdict below. Let's get the discussion going. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next moral mess.